What's going on YouTube? It's your boy camATL. Shout out to the DFS squad. Shout out to everybody watching this video right now. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you comment anything down in the comment section and enter your name into that $50 giveaway that we do every single week on this channel. Drop a like, subscribe, hit the bell next to subscribe to get notified when I do post stuff. Follow me on Twitter at cam_ATL. Now, greenlightdfs.com, we will be doing early MLB and main slate MLB. So if you join the squad at greenlightdfs.com, before the early slate, you get both for one. All right? Now, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Not going to waste too much time. Starting off in my pitcher now. First pitcher I'm going with is Robby Ray. All right, Robby Ray is a guy who strikes out 35% of lefties that he faces, 29% of the righties he faces. He's got a huge K rate. And we all know what we were used to seeing out of Texas last year. Now, yes, Texas can put up runs sometimes, and they've been hitting the ball well this year. But at the end of the day, we know what they're about. This lineup strikes out a ton. Okay, there's three guys in this lineup. Joey Gallo strikes out almost 40% of the time. Almost 40%. All right? Not only that, but Robby Ray will be able to pitch against Lance Lynn. Okay? DeShields strikes out a ton. Mathis strikes out a ton. Mazzara a ton. Odor a ton. All these guys strike out a ton. So, no matter what we've seen so far, we know what Texas is about. And Robby Ray, at home in Arizona, Vegas has Texas at a 3.9 implied run total. I think Ray has a solid floor with his strikeout rate. I got to go with my boy Robby Ray as the first pitcher. Next pitcher. Now, I hate doing this. This dude pisses me off so much. Darvish. He's already screwed me a few times so far this year. All right, now he gets to go against a Pittsburgh team that they don't strike out a ton. We'll give him that. But there are some big things in favor for Darvish. Chicago is heavily favored in this game. I expect Chicago to win pretty easily. They're at home. The wind is blowing in at a ridiculous 18 miles per hour blowing in. That is a huge bump to pitching. Vegas has Pittsburgh implied at a 3.2 run total. One of the lowest on the slates, if not the lowest. I believe that might be the lowest on the slate. It is. It's the lowest on the slate. And Pittsburgh's offense just isn't something to really fear. Outside of Adam Frazier, maybe Josh Bell. Other than that, I'm not really worried. He's going to face three lefties in this lineup, which is fine. He strikes out 27% of lefties. Majority are going to be righties, who he holds to a 201 batting average and strikes out 29% of. He hasn't been doing shit so far this year. I get it. But the price dropped down to 7.4, this being DFS, wind blowing in 18 miles per hour, Vegas agreeing. Everything is lining up from the first look of it that Darvish is going to be a great play. He should get the win. So Darvish is in the high five. Second base, we had this guy last night, Mike Moustakas. He's going against Pena, another amazing matchup for him. He has a 255 ISO versus right-handed pitching, and he's only 4,000. Love the price for Mike. He has been on an absolute tear. The last few games, he's gotten a home run in each of them. He's been seeing the ball well. I got to stick with Mike Moustakas in this one. In the outfield, a guy that hopefully will go overlooked, Chris Davis against Dan Straley. One thing about Dan Straley throughout his whole career is he gives up a ton of hard contact, a ton of home runs. This is a very this was even, Dan Straley is known for that, and that's in Miami's ballpark. Okay, that's in these pitcher-friendly ballparks that Dan Straley was pitching at. Now he's in Baltimore, which is very hitter-friendly ballpark. Okay, Chris Davis has a 291 ISO versus righties, and Straley gives up over a 223 ISO versus righties. Love Chris Davis, love Matt Chapman, love a lot of these Oakland guys. Oakland is my favorite stack today in Baltimore. Last but not least, let me go Whit Merrifield. This dude is going for, what is it, 27th or 28th game of a hit streak? He's gotten a hit in every single game for that long. Amazing matchup against Kikuchi. I think that's how you say this dude's name. Kikuchi has a limited sample size, but to righties, he's given up a 250 ISO. Merrifield has a 327 batting average versus left-handed pitching and a 383 WOBA. He will get another hit fairly easily. Once he's on the base pads, he can always steal. I love Whit Merrifield at 4-5. Lock him in. And that's it. Robby Ray, Darvish, Mike Moustakas, Chris Davis, and Whit Merrifield. Real quick, let's just go over these other pitchers real quick and talk about them. Noah Syndergaard against Minnesota. All right, DeGrom was a huge disappointment last night. That's the type of season that's been going on in MLB so far. You got these awesome plays that just get blown up out of nowhere, and the people who are just idiots enough to fade it ended up doing well. And eventually things are going to go to how they're supposed to go, and things are going to happen the way they're supposed to happen, but they haven't been so far. Noah Syndergaard against Minnesota seems like a great matchup. Syndergaard, 25% strikeout rate versus lefties, 28 versus righties. And this Minnesota offense, regardless of what they did to DeGrom yesterday, they're not a good offense. Period. But I don't know if you need to spend up today. Another guy that's cheaper that I didn't get to mention, Colin McHugh against New York. Now, New York strikes out a ton, guys. That's one thing we know about New York. The whole middle of the order is like almost a 25% K rate. All right? Including Aaron Judge. If he's not hitting a home run, he's striking out most of the time. All right? Colin McHugh is in a great spot. The New York lineup on average strikes out 24% of the time versus right-handed pitching. So Colin McHugh is also in a solid spot. Let's see who else we got here that we would be interested in any way. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing Frankie Montas. He's looked good so far this year. But Baltimore at home. Oakland is heavily favored, but this Baltimore offense, they can get to you. Jake Odorizzi is interesting against the Mets. Wind's blowing in at 10 miles per hour. He gets to face a pitcher. He will face Syndergaard, who actually can hit the ball pretty well, actually. And this Mets off, they've got some strikeouts in them. Odorizzi looked good on his first start of the year against Cleveland, dropping 31 and then a -7 against Philly in his last start. I do expect him to bounce back here against the Mets. So he's a solid option too at 7-5. But yeah, Darvish seems super scary to me, I'll be honest with you. He seems really scary to me. But we all know in DFS we got to have a short memory, man. We have to. Honestly, third time's a charm. If he screws me again, then that'll be the end of it, but it is what it is. Thank you guys for watching as always. Robby Ray, Darvish, Moustakas, Chris Davis, and Whit Merrifield. It's the high five. Drop a like down below. Subscribe to the channel. Comment anything. Hit me up on Twitter at cam_ATL. GreenlightDFS.com before the early slate starts, and you'll get the main two. Remember, we're doing both slates today.